So I went viral. Not once, not twice, not three times. I don't even know how many times anymore. I am absolutely on the good side of IG at the moment. I am doing these celebrity psychological analysis to point out certain behaviors that people might have. And these videos have been absolutely blown up. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this experience because this was my dream, like literally my dream for so long. Now, probably for like 3 years ago, I was on TikTok a lot and I was doing a lot of lives. I was doing mental health support, mental health chat, and I was also holding space for people. And my most viewed video at the time was 27,000 views, but this was a one off. However, at the time, I did gain a lot of follows because I was doing these lives, but I just was so obsessed about going viral, and it never ever happened to me. And then I quit TikTok because I realized that TikTok is not actually the right place for me. And then I let this dream kind of fade away because I realized that I can't really control the algorithm. So when someone is teaching you, this is how you go viral, honestly, like, don't buy it. It's just a random thing when you finally work out what is working for you. But working this out is the mission itself. So what I want to cover in this is that I wanted to go viral without realizing that I actually thought it would prove me my own self-worth. Even though I'm a therapist, I always struggled with self-doubt, feeling like I'm not good enough. And somehow in my mind, I thought if I was to go viral, then surely this would prove that I am good enough, right? And I want to talk about what the actual experience of going viral feels like, or what it feels like to reach your dreams. You might have a goal in your mind, you might have a dream in your mind, and you're thinking, only when I get there that I'm going to be happy and things are going to be beautiful. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I want to give you another side of this. Before we get into it, I want to show you this video that I made now 3 years ago. And I'm not going to show you the whole video because it's like 3.5 minutes. But if you want to watch it, it is all the way at the bottom of my video so you can find it for yourself. Please stay tuned. You're going to have so much value, I promise, just from hearing this. So I wanted to go viral. No, you don't understand. I wanted to go viral. I wanted to have more than 1 million views over a single video. So here is my story of what has happened. After building my main mental health channel to 21,500 followers, mostly through my lives, and let me tell you, this was blood, sweat, and tears, and not having had a single video that had more than 27,000 views, I thought it is really time to up my video game. So I tried hard. I tried all sorts of different contents. I spent days and hours literally trying to understand what would make a video go viral. I would look at my own analytics. I would look at other people's analytics. I would do a lot of research. None of it made sense. I had videos that had a lot better engagement than those that has gone viral. And so I started creating a lot better content. I tried all sorts of content. I tried outdoors, indoors. I tried trampoline, standing up, sitting down. I tried it all. I tried sideways, upside down. Hold on a minute. I didn't actually try the handstand position yet. And so it would always go back to, come on. 250 views? I spent a whole 10. So this might be a little bit different than my typical videos, but it is also very, very relevant, and that you might find a lot of benefit in this video, because if you are sitting there thinking, I am only going to be happy when this, all these conditions become true, I'm going to actually debunk this in this video because it happened to me. And the reality of it feels very different than what you actually think it is going to feel like. And I also want to cover in this video how I actually went viral. It was a very random thing that I never imagined that would have happened to me. So here is a little background to me. I'm a therapist and I'm currently coaching women who are struggling with self-doubt, people-pleasing, procrastination, and I move them from inaction to feeling safe in their body into action. So here is my story. I decided to start my own business doing this because I've been working as a therapist for years and I love working as a therapist, but I wanted to do something a little bit more. I wanted to have a little bit more impact. And I always had this passion about good girl conditioning because most of us out there are conditioned and programmed into thinking who we are and what we are about. But actually, it is all programming. And I love showing this to people. I love showing them the reasons behind their behaviors. And I also love moving them from self doubt into confident action. So then, after I quit TikTok, I took a bit of a break from all social media. And I was just kind of really planning how to start this business, how to start coaching women, how to start helping people. And then I started doing Instagram. I said to myself, I think for what I'm doing, I am only going to do either long form on YouTube or I am going to do Instagram, which seemed a little bit more appropriate for what I was trying to achieve. So I kind of launched myself and I started doing Instagram again. And I've been doing YouTube videos. If you have been watching my YouTube videos, let me know in the comments. I'd really like to know who you are, if you've been kind of following me here. I know I have not been very consistent with long form videos as of late because I was busy going viral on IG. So my story is that I started this Instagram account and I've been posting regularly and I've been struggling with kind of really low views. And I didn't think much of it because that dream of going viral, I gave up on that a long time ago, right? I was just trying to reach out the type of woman who might benefit from my coaching. Then one day, I was actually watching like a private phone conversations of Michael Jackson. Shout out to all the Michael Jackson fans. I was just curious on YouTube. I was just like listening to some of them. And there was this one particular video where he said something. And instantly, I kind of realized, hold on a minute, this is a trauma response, which then everything just made a lot of sense about him. Like his relationship with kids. This is not to claim he's innocent, he's guilty, it's nothing to do with that. But when I heard him say what he said, I immediately realized that's just a trauma response that he has. But this is also something I do on a day in, day out. When you talk to me, I don't just hear words. I actually hear patterns, conditioning, programming behind every word that you are saying. Not that I am listening out for it per se, but I am trained to do so. And I'm also very curious. I love understanding people and I love understanding what they're about and what they're trying to say and how they're trying to get their message across means a lot to me because I kind of hear things that other people might miss quite easily. But this is something I always did because I was curious about people and I am trained to do so. So after watching this, I said to myself, do you know what? Maybe I'm going to make a video about this. So there are a lot of lessons here, okay? And I thought maybe I could just like do a little clip of this, what he just said, and then maybe I can just talk about what I heard. And then you know what I did? I said to myself, nah, this is just not my brand. Like, it's just a bit weird. I shouldn't really do this. And it's a bit controversial as well because I am very careful with my language. Like, I don't use a language where it's a definitive because the truth is, I do not know. You do not know, right? It's all assumptions and guesses that we are making. So to me, it seems like it, but it never is. I would never claim that. And I actually sat on this for like a whole week, maybe even more. I was just really contemplating whether I should actually do a video about MJ. And then a week later or so, I said to myself, do you know what? Why not? Because I'm only getting like 200 views anyway. What am I going to lose? It's not like I've got raving fans at the moment anyway. And so I did. And this became the most engaged video that I ever made. Like suddenly people were commenting, people were following, people were doing things that people didn't normally do for my videos. That video actually shot up to like, I think 20K straight away. But then I felt that it was quite rough around the edges because I didn't actually think it would get much. So I kind of didn't really do it really well. So I said to myself, let me redo it and do it really well. So I got dressed nice, I put some makeup on, and I kind of redid the whole thing. And I was a little bit more coherent, a little bit more clear with my message, with what I was trying to say. And then this video is now at 150K. And this was the beginning of my viral journey. And then I was like, is this just about MJ or is there something else going on here? And this is really important for you as well. Whatever you're trying to achieve right now in your life, learn to read between the lines. Learn to see patterns. Learn to pay attention to the detail because there might be something else going on there. So I could have left this and I could have thought, oh, it was just a one off, like 150,000 views. Maybe it's just a one off video. It might be a little bit less. I'm not entirely sure, but it's something like this. But then I kind of thought, hold on, I think I'm onto something here. So then I decided to do another psychological analysis. And the first few didn't really hit hard. I did one for Britney Spears, but I was kind of really new at this. It was just like experimenting as well. And then I did one on Zendaya. And then I did a random one, like of two people talking. But these videos got good views as well, but nothing like 100 plus grand. And then I kind of like continued experimenting. And I did, what was the next one I did? I did Amy Winehouse, and that video is now nearly at 600,000 views. That's not even old. Then I was like, holy shit, what is going on here in my life? And I did not even think about going viral. Like that was no longer in my vicinity. I didn't even see it as a possibility. It wasn't something that I was seeking. And then I did another one on Taylor Swift. That quickly, in a few days, went up to like 250,000. And then I did another one on Rihanna. And then I did one on Cara Devil. I can never say her surname. Delevingne, I think something like this. And that video is now sitting at 1.7 million on Instagram. Crazy. I have been getting a lot of engagement, obviously, because these videos are highly viewed videos. And I am doing absolutely what I love because what I really love doing is making behavior analysis, like just kind of really observing someone and reading between the lines, like what it is that they're trying to say, what it is that they're trying to do. So I am on my element and I'm getting a lot of follows from lovely, beautiful women with private accounts, which is amazing. Has it turned into a proper business yet? No, but I also didn't really have the infrastructure in place. So I'm kind of really getting on with that at the moment. But I'm definitely getting attention, like I mastered the attention part. So I'm getting a lot of engagement with these videos, right? One thing I always was a little bit concerned about, like, how am I going to handle negative comments? Like, when I was so obsessed about going viral, this was like one of my concerns at the time. And the truth be told, I was ready. Like, people do comment really condescending stuff, right? I mean, people will tell me things like, oh, just go and get a life, and what kind of therapist are you? And do you really know what you're talking about? And stuff like this. And I kind of don't really go into comments a lot, not because it bothers me, because I'm just generally busy. I don't kind of read every comment. Like some of these videos have got hundreds of comments. But when I do see them, I actually don't even take it as a criticism. I look at it more like constructive criticism in terms of like really trying to understand what this person is saying to me. And sometimes people are just mean and trolling for no real reason. But then there were also a few comments that really made me think and made me take action for the next video that I was doing. So somehow I responded a lot better than I thought I would. I actually even started learning from those comments rather than just dismissing them just because they're saying something that I didn't really necessarily want to hear. So now the part, how does this feel? I'm not going to lie to you and say it feels like nothing. It feels good, okay? It does feel good. Like, it's really nice to have that much engagement and it's really nice to have highly viewed videos. But at the same time, you know, the biggest thing is when you get to a place in life, your nervous system and your mind very quickly moves there and it becomes your new normal. So when people think, oh, only if I had $1 million, or only if I had a Ferrari, or whatever your dream is, you think that it's going to keep giving you this pleasure and happiness. But the truth be told, it won't. You will be happy, but it won't last very long because it's going to become your new normal. Like at the moment, it's like, oh, this video only got 50k views. And if you told me this like 6 months back, I'd be laughing, thinking, wow, I've got 50k views. But now it's like, oh, 50k views because my nervous system moved into that place and completely normalized getting high views. So just be aware of that. Whatever you're going for, yes, it is going to feel good. Don't get me wrong. Chase your dreams, chase your goals, whatever it is, but don't expect it to bring continuous happiness. And I know it's such a cliche. People say you have to find happiness within yourself, but it is true. Like, it's so important to ground yourself in the present moment and live in the present moment, enjoying every moment. We tend to kind of miss a lot of moments because, like, what's next? What's next? What's next? What if you were to just slow down yourself, slow down your nervous system, and just kind of really savor this moment? I'm really learning this more and more because now I've reached one of my biggest goals. I'm kind of realizing it just becomes like every day. And this is not in a kind of arrogant way, cocky way. This is just really kind of from my heart, letting you know that whatever you are dreaming of, when your mind starts normalizing it, this is when you arrive there. So, this is my story. And if you're not following me on IG, go follow me there. I think I'm going to start doing longer form analysis on this channel. And it is a great way to teach people how to see their own behaviors, because a lot of the time, when you're just teaching, when you say to someone, when you do this, this is because you've got self doubt, people pleasing, people don't want to own it or they don't really understand it. But when I demonstrate it through someone else's behavior, then people are able to see it a lot clearer. And in the meantime, I have been busy creating an amazing quiz for you to identify what your hidden patterns are. And just go to my website. I think the link is on the bio, and take the quiz, because I created beautiful workbooks that you can really benefit from if you are struggling with maybe self-doubt, maybe perfectionism, maybe you are a fearful achiever. This is it from me now, and I hope to see you in the next video.